Greetings, back with another one. I'm a little late with this one. I actually just found this out earlier this morning, actually, and this is being recorded on December the 6th, so this happened on the 4th, December 4th. I'm with the Hollywood Reporter here, and it says Kerry Hideyuki Tagawa, best known for his role as Shang Tsung in the Mortal Kombat and the Man in the High Castle actor, has died at 75 years old. Now, Mortal Kombat is my favorite fighter of all, and Shang Tsung, he was my favorite character. I can remember playing Mortal Kombat 1 in the arcades when it came out in 1991. I was about like 5 years old around that time, and Shang Tsung, he wasn't a playable character in the first game. He was actually the final boss in the first one. But I just thought it was so fascinating that he was able to morph in different characters and do their moves and stuff like. I don't know, for some reason at a young age I just thought that was fascinating. And then Shang Tsung, he became a playable character in Mortal Kombat 2, the second game. So I played as him. Like, but in the first game I played as Kano. Kano was probably the guy I played with a lot. Kano and Scorpion a lot in the first game. But then the second game came out. I played with Shang Tsung and Melina and Scorpion. So it was Raiden a lot too, man. It was just Mortal Kombat. I mean, if you look at to what it became today, is just phenomenal now. But yeah, I'm really sad to hear this, and I just want to just go down and read this article to look back on his life and his career in film. So let's get to it. Kerry Hiroyuki-Tagawa, the actor who starred in Mortal Kombat franchise and Amazon's The Man in the High Castle television series, has died. He was 75. Tagawa died on Thursday in Santa Barbara due to the complications from a stroke, the Hollywood Reporter has confirmed. He starred in various Mortal Kombat projects, beginning with Paul W.S. Anderson's original 1995 film. And I remember, man, one of my childhood friends, he had received the cassette tape for his birthday, and we watched that back to back probably like 3 times. It was crazy, and we were just blown away by what we saw, because we were already fans of the franchise. So when what we saw in live action form, it was nothing less than extraordinary, man. It was just so much fun to watch, man. And of course, man, I'm telling you, Gary Tagawa, he was just one of the great all-time villains in film history. He really was, man, because he just had that look. And I remember seeing him in the film it was a film he did with Dolph Lundgren, Brandon Lee, and Tia Carrere. It was called Showdown in Little Tokyo. Something I'm sure they'll mention here, but Showdown in Little Tokyo, he played a Yakuza boss, and he was just so menacing in that. I mean, everything he does when he plays the villain, I'm sure he wasn't the villain all the time, but he just had those menacing eyes and just that brow and just his look. He could just pull it off, just. But once watch some of the interviews that he did, and talking about his life and his upbringing and stuff like that, he just seemed like a very down to earth type of guy. And it's weird how you see actors who play such menacing roles, but you discover that they're some of the nicest people in the world. So it's just a testament to how great he was as a performer. But continue. uh and this is a quote. He said, "I had the privilege of representing Karatagawa for many years as his longtime manager, but our relationship grew into something far deeper. He became like family," Tagawa's manager, Margie Weiner, said in a statement. Gary was a rare soul, generous, thoughtful, and endlessly committed to his craft. His loss is immeasurable. My heart is with his family, friends, and all who loved him. Says Tagawa was born in Tokyo, Japan, and moved around the United States during his adolescence, hailing from a military family. He later moved to Los Angeles, where he began acting and taught his own style of martial arts, Choshin. That I didn't know. I knew he studied martial arts. I know he had a background in like Shotokan and Kendo stuff like that, but I didn't know he developed his own. That's pretty cool to know. He landed his first film role in Bernardo Bertolucci's The Last Emperor. The 1987, and that's when the year I was born, 1987 drama won 9 Academy Awards, including the coveted Best Picture category and Best Director for Bertolucci, among others. I think I've probably seen that film maybe like once or twice. I don't remember much too about it. Uh, Tagawa reflected on the amazing experience of working with Bertolucci so early into his career in a 2015 interview with AV Club. It was mind-boggling, to suddenly be working with one of the top 10 directors in the world. Plus, the film was in China. Almost blurted out, "How much do I have to pay? How much do I have to pay? Play? How much do I have to? Yeah, how much do I have to pay?" It was just a dream come true, he recalled. The Japanese American actor went on to star in a slew of notable films, including License to Kill. That's the 007 film. Planet of the Apes, Memoirs of Geisha. Memoirs of Geisha was a beautiful film. And in that film, he played the Baron. But it was just a beautiful film, like just beautifully photographed, a great cast and stuff like that. It was great. He was in Tekken. I never seen the Tekken film. I know he played Heihachi in there, but I never seen that. He also led his talents to the small screen in Nash Bridges. Heard of that? I never seen it. Hawaii, seen that. Revenge, in a 2014 episode of Teen Wolf. He was in that. Wow. Star Wars Rebels. I guess he was a voice actor, maybe, or was he? Was he in? I don't know. In a 2017 episode of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Emmy award-winning man in the high castle at Netflix, Blue Eye Samurai, in 2023. Following Tagawa's appearances in the 1995 Mortal Kombat movie, he appeared in the 1997 sequel, Annihilation, via archive footage. Yeah, because he was defeated in the first film, so they had to show some flashbacks and stuff like that. He would additionally later portray the character of Shang Tsung in the 2013 series Mortal Kombat Legacy. On 2015 episode Mortal Kombat X Generations, and the video game Mortal Kombat 11, including his follow-ups Aftermath and Ultimate. I was hyped. When he was announced as a playable character in Mortal Kombat 11. Mortal Kombat 11 was phenomenal. It was just a great game. But and the crazy thing about it, it was actually he was the modeled actor. It was actually him. It wasn't another person who modeled the character. He modeled the Shang Tsung character and his voice line and everything. So it was pretty cool. And how he looked in the film, where he wore the black, coat with the black, outfit and stuff like that. He had all that in the game. It was pretty cool how they did that. And they also did it with Chris Lambert, who played the first Raiden, and Bridget Wilson, who played Sonya. I believe she was in it as well. And Lyndon Ashby, who played Johnny Cage, I believe he was in it as well. They were all the model actors for those characters in that game. It was really cool. It says the actor told AV Club in 2015 that Mortal Kombat was a game changer for his career while reflecting on returning for the Legacy video game. Quote, "Oh, it was a pleasure." He said, reprising the role of Shang Tsung, "I think it just gives me an opportunity to refresh it for his new generation. And the game keeps getting bigger, so I think it'll go on. It's definitely a huge part of my career, but so are so many of these films I've been in. I've been in a lot of cult movies, but I've been very fortunate to have been involved in projects that people remember." And I'm telling you, man, honestly, in terms of the first Mortal Kombat film, Cary Tagawa and I would say probably Chris Lambert, those two really probably carried that film in terms of just acting wise. I mean, of course, Robin Shou did a good job, Lyndon Ashby, Bridget Wilson, and the other actors and stuff like that. Everybody did a good job, but it's just the delivery. Even though I really didn't. I mean, Christopher Lambert as Raiden is just his voice was just too raspy for Raiden for me. I mean, I like Christopher Lambert as an actor, but I just thought his voice was too raspy, even though he played such a major role. But I very much like Raiden more in the second film, with James Remar, because playing the games as a kid, I always picture Raiden having more of like a booming voice, stuff like Earth Realm and stuff like that. So Christopher Lambert had kind of like his own like kind of spin on and stuff. Just with his voice, he has a very very raspy voice. But Hiroyuki-Tagawa as Shang Tsung, man, like it just, I mean, just everything that he said. I mean, just his delivery. I would say he probably had the most memorable lines in the whole film. Especially the iconic, "Your soul is mine." It just everything he did in that movie, man. It just everything. Challenging Goro, eh? You wasn't supposed to fight him now. Are you that eager to die? It's just everything. I'm just trying to think of some of the lines that he said. Katana, that's enough. You disappoint me. Not very wise. It's just everything that he said. It's just delivery. He really, if there were award, if there was some sort of award that film received, he should have been awarded for something. It would. He really carried that movie in terms of just the acting delivery alone, and of course, the combat scenes and all that stuff and the stunt work. It was phenomenal for both films. And continue. It says Tagawa and his wife Sally lived together on the Hawaiian island of Kauai, where they raised their two children. Tagawa is survived by his wife Sally, his three children, Kaylin, Byrne, and Kana, and two grandchildren, River and Thea Clayton. Ah man, it's just another great loss for the for the film world. I mean, what more can I say except to Mr. Tagawa, thank you for your contribution to the world of film, to the world of martial arts, and to the gaming world as well, man. I mean, you touch so many people in different walks of life. I mean, this is what you call, multi-talented. When you have when you can branch out and do other things. Even though he was an actor, and stuff like that. But like, I wish I can dig up more about his martial arts background. I mean, I know he studied kendo and Shotokan, but I'm sure that he because that's the one thing a lot of martial arts associations do. They canonize a lot of practitioners, and they have their own like hall of fames and associations and awards and stuff like that. And I'm sure that I'm sure the martial arts world this hits them hard as well. But yeah, Mr. Tagawa, thank you, thank you, thank you. 31 cents added. Another one for the archives. It's your brother Bleak signing out. Until next time, you guys. Os.